Not bad. I like where it's going. I kind of wish that we had a third section. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to add another section, also 8 bars. Notice Isabella is joining us for this one, and let's come up with something a little bit more chorusy. What I mean by that is something that really opens up and kind of hits hard. So I like it. Let's get that playhead back to the beginning and set up for funk. And go ahead and go back to our project view and see how that sounds. Anyway, I think you're getting the idea here. It's fairly easy to add a bunch of different instruments, including the instrument you play, provided that you have AirPods with the inline mic so that you can record it without having the other tracks play through the iPad or iPhone speakers. That's really where you run into trouble and have a bunch of mic bleed from the other instruments and gets a bit echoey. It's not the worst thing in the world, and it's still a fun tool. Sometimes I'll write songs on this thing, as you saw by my project window. I had a few that I said were just hot garbage, and yeah, I didn't spend a whole lot of time setting up it, and I just recorded through the iPad's microphone just because it was there and I had it and I could do it. And you know what, it's a great way to just log ideas sometimes and get more serious about them later with proper equipment. For this chorus, let's bring that 808 in, and let's actually use the step sequencer. Ooh, and let's go ahead and clear all this. Probably an easy way to do this, but I don't know what it is. Ooh, do I just click and drag? Yeah, that works. Oof. Oof. There we go. Okay, so general rule of thumb for rock, funk, a lot of other different styles is the safe beat that you can always go with is a kick drum on one. And I know this is our snare, but we're actually going to use a clap instead just to bring a little bit more heat and spice to it. Clap on 2, that bass again on 3, and a clap on 4. So this is what we got. And let's go ahead and add hi-hats throughout. This is going to be counting all the 16th notes, so 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a very active hi-hats. And let's see. Let's hit record. Not bad. Let's go back to that view so we can hear it recorded, and then we got our modern 808 there. I can already see something that I want to change here. So let's go ahead and actually let's go ahead and delete that. Double tap on that, press delete, and go back to our step sequencer. Same beat remains, but 1 and 2 and 4. got an 8-beat cycle, so let's go ahead. Oops. Boom, boom, pop, boom. Boom, boom, pop, boom. All I'm doing here is lining up those bass hits with my guitar hits just for a little better impact. Some of these would work better with snare accents, but in this case, really a lot of accents on the same space occupied by the bass drum. So I'm just going to line these up for basically use the guitar as part of the rhythm section here. So I don't like this last bass beat. I'm going to delete it. And what if I put it on and a 4? Let's see. Take it out altogether. That snare is not the style for this song. All right, let's try this again. Nice. Okay, let's try that again. Three contrasting sections of music, and it kind of develops. You know, it starts out typical funk groove, and then we have this little subdued section that builds up, and we might add some extra elements there. That would be a good place to throw some really funky stuff, but we're missing really some low end in this, so we need a bass. And I have a bass guitar sitting over there that could lay it down, but you might not have a bass guitar, so let's get you one. We got the McCartney Hofner here. Smart bass, notes. Let's do notes. So there are simpler versions of all these instruments. However, I like the ones that are truest to form, although that'd probably be pretty difficult to do on an actual bass. Instead, that's right, we were using the blues scale. It's a little tacky to play these unless you roll in between, which is really not a natural sound. And also, I don't want a muted bass. I need like a slap bass. Give me some of that P bass. Let's see what's up. Wow, this is pretty different. I'm going to be playing notes with a bass guitar. Sure, you can play chords, but in this context, it would be pretty difficult to make that work. I got my P bass, and I need this view open to actually see what I'm doing on the bass. We got to select from here. We just want to record for our A section, or just jam along with it for the time being. We're not going to record anything just yet. And let's jam it. Try bending a bass string in your first fret like that. That'd be insane. Anyway. Got nothing yet. Let's try some other things. So I got this kind of offbeat shuffle going on with the open E, and I'd like to kind of scale it up and land on that D, really, for that punctuation. Anyway, let's see. Okay, I can live with that. Let's bring that playhead back to beat 1 of measure 1 in this 8 measure A section. And 1, 2, 3, funk. Really? Second bar, Dan? Let's go ahead and delete that, pretend like it never happened, and we're going back to that view so we can see what we're doing, and we'll hit record. At this point, you can see that it looped back, and I could actually write over the instrumentation that I've already played into the iPad, but I don't recommend doing this unless you've got it well planned out to do multiple layers and you have something really complex that you're trying to key in here. But that's really not the idea of this project. This project is just lay down something funky and quick. So let's go back to our project pane. See how this A section sounds. Like it sounds a little bit crowded. Let's see. Up here, we have the create a new project at the top left. Then we have the instrument selection, and then the instrument view. So it shows you like the mic settings or the instrument that you're playing. And then right to the right of that, you have these, they're supposed to be crossfaders, or faders rather. If we open that up, it gives us a few options for each individual track. You can see here when I select Isabella, she has all these settings we can pick. We can pick some EQ for her, so we can compress the sound, or we can add more treble. We can drop the bass out, things like this. In fact, if we just solo her section, so meaning you're only going to hear her section if you select those headphones. You bring the treble way up and the bass way down. You're going to hear that chime and really none of the congas. And if you do the opposite, you're going to hear the opposite. If you compress it, it's really going to take away some of those louder hits and bring out some of those quieter hits. But we're not messing with that today. I'm keeping it pretty simple. Honestly, Isabella did a brilliant job. She nailed it. So let's go on to my guitar part. Better already. Not too much of that. Now, on the drums, especially drum samples, you might want to just keep them right where they're at. But with the guitar and bass, we're going to take this level that says track pan, and if we drag it to the left, it's going to assign it to the left speaker, or in this case, the left ear pod. If we drag it right, assigns it to the right. Generally, in the bands I play in, I always end up on the left. So I'm going to drag it to like, I don't know, 45% to the left. And I'm going to unsolo it. Check out how this sounds. Ooh, already a lot better separation. Generally, you want to keep the bass right down the center with a kick drum and other low frequencies. But in this case, just for keeping things separate, we are going to drag it about 45% to the right. Now take a listen. Pretty good. I like it. Let's go ahead and lose those faders for just adjusting EQ, effects, and really panning and track volume. It's also an easy way to just solo things, but you have those buttons here too. I'm going to call that A section done. Let's go ahead and wrap up these other ones. We'll go to the B section. I think we still need a bass line there. Go to our B section. That one's easy enough. Let's bring that playhead back to beat 1 and and check out what we got going on for that chorus. Okay, it's not time for a bass solo. Anyway, I like this. Okay, I think I got something. Let's get that down real quick. Nice. See how we're coming along. The only part I don't like right now is that bass line right now. It's too active and also slightly, it's funky in a bad way. Let's go ahead and lose that and let's rewrite it. We're going back to the A section. A section only. We want the bass view. That'll do. Right there. I wish I would hit on time. I'm going to go ahead and edit that guy with our step sequence here. See how I did that? So this note right there, I need to hit again right on beat 1 there. like that a lot. Okay, so. Nice. So we could have all of these parts repeat a fair amount. But for the sake of this example, I'm just going to cut this. I want to share this song. Let's go ahead, and we need to export as a single stereo image. So basically a wavelength that could be played by just about anything. Right now, it can only be played in GarageBand. We're going to go back to our project library. You see it right there. It's My Song 5, very original title, just like all the others. We're going long press on it. It's going to pick up the option to share. Go ahead and click that. And then go ahead and hit song. And we're going to go, oh man, I thought I selected 24-bit. We've got 16-bit. That's unfortunate. Oh well. And let's go ahead and share. And it's exporting. One of the other options you want to click when you're recording this is if you have the capacity for it. It takes up a lot more space on your device, but choosing 24-bit recording. Let's hear how it sounds. So 52 seconds. If you doubled both of these parts, you'd have about 2 minutes. Maybe double up each chorus and, man, add one more section. You got a full-blown song there. Hopefully, you can take these concepts and go write your own music with the devices you already have. That's all for now. Take care. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, as well as all things guitar, ukulele, bass, drums, and piano, click the notification bell to be informed when we release new videos. If you believe in what we're doing here, click the link in the video's description to visit our Patreon page and learn how you can support this channel.